What's going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have liked and sub, and let's get into this. I guess we'll file this under "This is why we can't have nice things." So right when you would think and hope that Disney, MCU, Kevin Feige, at least according to Chris Gord, that they're course correcting, that they said, "Hey, we tried it." It being the pushing of all the divisive politics that we saw them push in the last couple of phases. They tried it. It's not working. We're not making money. We've alienated the majority of the audience. And now we're just going to go back to dun, 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 source material, proven formula, making products that, hey, maybe not the greatest thing in the world, but they at least don't alienate and attack the audience. And then, of course, we get rumors like this that, to be fair, are rumors and are going around, have been going around since last year, that Professor X and Magneto, and I think Magneto is definitely the one people are pointing at, that will be black in the upcoming soft reboot after Secret Wars and for the new X-Men team. So obviously we know Patrick Stewart is coming back for Doomsday and probably for Secret Wars, where he'll be killed for the 7th time. And Ian McKellen, who is still around, still acting, he's probably coming back as Magneto. And of course, we're going to see the Fox, 90s, early 2000 X-Men team fight alongside of the Thunderbolts, New Avengers, whoever the hell the Avengers are, the Wakandans, and the Fantastic Four. So we're going to get the OG classic depictions of Magneto and Professor X. However, we keep hearing a couple names. First, Denzel Washington and Giancarlo Esposito were the OG names we kept hearing. And now apparently Coleman Domingo is someone we keep hearing. So this is Jeff Snyder from the Hot Mic saying, "I continue to hear black actors for Charles Xavier." He added that Marvel may be heading this direction to distance itself from this would definitely distance itself from previous portrayals by Patrick Stewart and James McAvoy. It's also featured, or rumored rather, that Denzel Washington is the studio's top pick for Magneto. I think everyone would just prefer Michael Fassbender come back. But yes, fueling speculation that Marvel wants to draw real-world civil rights parallels by mirroring the dynamic of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, which has been debunked so many goddamn times by almost every prominent X-Men writer, including and up to Stan Lee himself, who said that the civil rights movement was nowhere near his mind when he was making the X-Men, that the X-Men were supposed to be outsiders, losers, the picked on fringe of society. Anyway, we also heard that Daniel Day-Lewis was possibly going to be Magneto. This, of course, got the greatest reaction from fans of his saying, "No, don't do it though, because it would ruin you," to everyone else saying that, like, no. Just having him involved in Magneto would take it up several notches. But Denzel as Magneto, look, I know we think that we found out recently, and by that I mean the Netflix delulu, that black people were the first everything, Vikings, Danish, Jews. We get it. Egyptians, the first everything, and somehow you lost it all. Unfortunately, Magneto needs to be a European Jewish man. And I know everyone pointing out the timelines that by this point Magneto would have to be well over 100 years old. Well, aside from just doing some funky ass lore things and explaining that through either medical miracles or as a byproduct of his connection to the Magnosphere, that he has longer life, you're probably going to get a group of X-Men that are from an alternate, like their own Earth. And just like the Fantastic Four is from a 60s version of the Earth, you will probably get the X-Men from, if they do it the right way, from an Earth that was like late 90s or whatever, and you can give him his origin, and then you'll have it all rolled into one current Earth, and that's what would happen after Secret Wars. That's how you get your soft reboot, where some of the things stay the same, but it's basically DC's Crisis on Infinite Earths, where you merge everything into one Earth. That being said, the quickest way to shoot yourself in the foot would be to reset it all and then have Denzel as Magneto, or Coleman Domingo as Magneto, or Giancarlo Esposito as Professor Xavier, because even as of 2024, we were having Giancarlo Esposito say that he would make a great Professor X and Denzel would make a great Magneto. So this has been out there in the zeitgeist. That being said, it's getting all the reactions. You can see here, this is Bo DeMeo responds, but he's responding to this comment. So Professor X and Magneto's ethnicities are actually super important to their characters. Magneto for the whole Holocaust thing, and Professor X because his view on mutant issues is inherently privileged because he has never actually faced discrimination as a rich white, he says British man, even though Professor X is from upstate New York, but he's Patrick Stewart, so people think he's British. I get it, but the point is that aside from being a mutant that he can very easily hide, he doesn't face a lot of discrimination. So it's very easy for him to tell other mutants like what's her face, Mystique, to just be like, yeah, just go out there. Well, she can hide too, but you get my point. People that can hide their powers. So here's what Bo says in response to that and this whole shebang bang. He says, "That's all I got to say. Oh, and that at Marvel Studios' rush to get X-Men into Avengers Doomsday continues to suggest this studio has no respect or awareness for/of what the X-Men stand for beyond fan pandering cameo fodder to salvage 6 years of failed films by Feige and company." Correct. At Marvel Studios should also learn to respect and protect their Black creatives before trying to exploit their skin color to appear progressive, especially when their vaunted parliament is a bro country club of white executives with zero Black producers, and certainly no point in adapting the source material accurately. Coleman Domingo, of course, has already been in the MCU. He's something of a scientist himself when he played the race-swapped Norman Osborn, who, of course, turned out to be a criminal. So thank you for increasing stereotypes. Can't just have a strong Black man doing the right thing. No. You create a whole bunch of inherent problems when you race swap things like this. You're going to start to see more and more of that. And of course, the last we heard about the X-Men proper, the Thunderbolts director, Jake Schreier, is the one who is tapped to direct. So we'll see. I would be more concerned about who's writing it. Michael Leslie from The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. That would be the more concerning, almost over more than I was gonna say Black Snape, almost more than Black Professor X or Magneto. Can we just stop race swapping all of our established characters, please? Please and thank you. Anyway. Let me know what you think about all this. By all means, make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And Black Magneto magic?
Well, bye.